Hey guys, Nina here, and sorry I did not upload yesterday like I said in my sorry video. I was sick and my throat doesn't hurt anymore, so I'm able to speak clearly now. So yeah, I'm going to be reading chapter 15 of the Ben fanfiction. So let's start reading. Chapter 15, One Long Night. Yeah, I still have a stuffy nose, so if you hear me sniffle, just ignore it. It was the next day. I woke up around 10. As I tried to sit up, I felt something wrapped around my waist, holding me down. What the... I froze as my eyes widened, looking down at the person who was holding me. It was Ben. He was shirtless. Wait a second. I don't remember coming in here at all last night. What if we, oh God, please don't tell me. I looked down at myself to see if I was clothed. Thankfully I was, but I was changed into a green shirt and black basketball pants, or basketball shorts. Did he fucking change me? I glared over at him angrily, but blushed when I saw how cute he was when he slept. His messy blonde hair covered his eyes. His cheeks looked warm and pink as his breath was slow and peaceful. I reached out to touch his hair. I had been wanting to touch for so long. My hands felt how soft it was, and soon I couldn't control myself as I ran both my hands through his hair. I saw one of his eyes open and jumped back. Having fun? He smiled sleepily. I couldn't find the words, so I just asked him straight out, "What happened last night, and why am I in your bed?" I asked, whispering loudly. He closed his eyes and smiled. "You don't remember? It was amazing. We played a game, but I won, that's all. And after that, you crashed out on my bed," he said calmly. My eyes twitched and I blushed. "A game?" I said, almost yelling. He sat up and pointed to the TV where Modern Warfare was paused. I smiled and smiled at me sleepily, once more laughing. "Yeah, a game," he said. I said, "Oh, thank God," I said quickly. I sighed. "Oh, thank God," I said quickly, putting my hands on my head. He looked over at me and grinned. "What do you think happened last night, I blushed and lay back down, staring at the ceiling, and said, "Oh, nothing. I just felt like I was missing something, that's all." He looked at me, confused. "Like what?" he said, tilting his head. I stared blankly at him for a couple seconds and said, "Big word." My something I can't read. Ugh. He busted out laughing. I hit him with a pillow and he stopped laughing, looking at me sadly. "What was that for?" he said in a little kid voice. I smiled at him again. "Because I love you." I covered my mouth, shocked at what I just said. Did I seriously just say that out loud? Looked over to Ben, who was smiling sweetly at me. "Not as much as I love you, Violet." I blushed all sorts of colors and my heart started to beat faster by the second. I saw him scoot closer to me, and before I knew it, he was hovering on top of me. I screamed in my head. "Ben, what are you..." He cut me off with a kiss. Without hesitating, I kissed him back. I ran my fingers through his soft hair as he rubbed my thighs with one of his hands, while the other hand was holding my wrist above my head. I felt butterflies all throughout my stomach. This was magical. I felt like I was in a whole other world. I accidentally bit his lip, and he growled and whispered in my ear, "You shouldn't have done that." I gasped, making him laugh. Without warning, he slipped his tongue into my mouth, exploring every inch of it, making me moan slightly. Uncle Slendy, Jeff, and Violet are making babies. We both quickly turned around to find Sally covering her eyes and Charles running out the door. Ben and I looked at each other in shock. Both of us read. "How long was she there?" I asked. I yelled, covering my face with my hands. "I don't know," he yelled back, embarrassed. He sighed and looked over at me, smiled, and said, "It's a good thing we didn't get any further." My eyes widened. "In your dreams, lover boy," I said, hitting him repeatedly with the pillow. He laughed and said, "Aw, you must love me a whole lot to hit me that many times." My eyes glowed red and started to bleed, scaring him. Okay, I'm sorry," he yelled, covering his face. I chuckled and kissed his cheek. He smiled, trying to pin me down, but I slid from under him and started walking towards the door. He fell off the bed with a loud thump. "Where are you going?" he whined like a baby. "Sniffles." I smiled at him, and I told him I was going downstairs to get breakfast. He sat up, and "I'm coming too," he said, smiling. I nodded, and we both walked downstairs. Sniffles. So that was chapter 15 of the Ben Drowned fan fiction, and I will be getting chapter 16 up later today. So yeah, bye-bye guys.